I was a pastry chef for about 10 years. I worked in some fine
Okay.
dining restaurants such as
Hmm.
Auzerais, the French Laundry, Bouchon Bakery, and
Hmm.
I started making the blondies and sending them back home to my friends and family. And I ended up opening up a website and selling over 500 orders within a 2 week time frame. So I knew from that point on that I had something special.
Hmm. Yeah, and that leads us to one of the questions we had.
Okay.
I went through your Instagram page too, and it was really well put out and well thought out. So, you have any tips for brands looking to grow a following on Instagram, especially cloud kitchens and people who are in DTC and food business together?
I wouldn't say I necessarily have a strategy. I post whenever I feel like posting, and that's probably not a great thing, but my audience does continue to grow, so maybe I'm doing something right. Um, and my strategy, I guess, in the beginning was to stand out and be as authentic to
Hmm.
myself as possible. So a lot of bakeries are typically marketed with very pink or blue or very like feminine colors. And I went the opposite route and took a more
Yeah.
darker, mysterious approach to my marketing, which I think helped us stand out a lot when Instagram was first getting started. Because I started my business in like 2018.
Hmm.
So Instagram was still growing.
Your business grew exponentially. Like within a week, you had a lot of orders once you opened your website. How did you handle the scaling up?
But yeah, I think like it was tough scaling up. And I would say there's there's never really a right way to do it. I maxed out, a few credit cards and got some really nice packaging made, and it's a constant evolution scaling up. I would say I'm still technically scaling up now.
Okay.
Still.
Hmm. And that leads us to the next question. How is it working as a single person out of your home from the comfort of your house to scaling up to being a team? How does your operations work right now?
So I mean, I went from working in my home
Hmm.
to renting kitchen space by the hour,
Okay.
um, to renting kitchen space by the month. And then
Okay.
now I just signed a 10-year lease for a space
Okay.
of our own.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's a really nice way to scale up.
Yep.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, and
So,
can you share some of the biggest challenges you faced during your entire tenure, and uh, how do you make sure you give great customer experience?
well, I mean, the biggest challenge has been kitchen space for us and finding something that was affordable
Hmm.
yet flexible,
Hmm. Hmm.
um, that we could actually, grow in.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, late last year, we got notice that we needed to move out within 8 days
Okay.
because of
That's bad.
Hurricane Ida flooded a facility.
Hmm.
Um, so it kind of, for the past year or so, we've been in like a whirlwind of kitchen stuff. So like we've moved way too many times. So that has been like one of the biggest struggles. But also, I think on the other side of all of that is managing our customers' expectations around what like how this process works. It is a perishable good. And I
Yeah.
think like because people are used to Amazon or just like e-commerce in general, they're
Hmm.
either expecting it to take like be a very short window of time before they receive their product,
Yeah.
or they may be expecting a longer period of time, but they're concerned about if the product will be
Okay.
stale, quote, stale by the time they get it.
Hmm.
Um, so like they're thinking, if I order on Monday and it doesn't ship until Friday, that means that the product has been sitting in our facility since Monday, and that's not true. Like
Hmm.
when we get your order on Monday, we're probably baking it on Wednesday and then we're shipping it on Friday. Um, so yeah, it's just like managing our clients' expectations, and that's actually why we got involved with late shipment, because since it is a perishable product,
Hmm.
people are very anxious about it and they think something horrible will happen to it if, it stays in transit for a little longer than it has to. But constantly reassuring them, like, at the end of the day, we're just making brownies, right? So there's very few things that can go wrong with a brownie. It's
Yeah.
not ice cream, it's not a cake, like it's not pie, it's a
Hmm.
brownie.
Yeah.
Um, Even though we package it differently and we call it something else, I think people
Hmm.
are still very anxious about getting food in the mail, and they're
Hmm.
scared, they're nervous, they're excited. So just managing the fulfillment and shipping process so that the customer knows what's going on has been like the biggest thing. It's like one of our biggest customer service inquiries is like, when will my order ship? How long does it take? How long will it be fresh by the time it gets there? What if it gets delayed in traffic? Like, it's just so many things that people are concerned about when it comes to like perishable products.
So, just asking, so did you try personalizing and customizing your order status notifications to your customers to inhibit their resistance towards ordering, perishable goods online? Did you take any such measures? Like you obviously are using late shipment. Did you try our order status notifications that are customizable?
Yeah, yeah. So when, obviously when the customer places an order, they receive an order confirmation email, which does detail all the things we kind of try to reinforce throughout their entire customer journey, and that we're baking your product
Hmm.
fresh. We're going to ship it Monday through Thursday. It takes
Hmm.
2 to 1 day to ship. We're constantly saying that in all of our communications.
Hmm.
So then we also have, when the order is shipped, they get an email and it says in a different way all those similar things. And
Hmm.
then we have when it's out for delivery, when it's been
Hmm.
delivered. And then through late shipment, we have your order is delayed in transit. Um, your order was maybe canceled or voided because something that happened with FedEx. So we try to keep in constant communication with our clients. I think the next step is we want to add an email that kind of, if we're taking more than maybe 2 days to ship their product, we want to have an email that goes out that says, hey, we haven't forgot about you. We're still baking your order. You'll get a confirmation, a shipping confirmation when it does ship, just letting you know that we haven't forgot, because they're just so anxious. It's so funny. So we're just trying to make sure that we stay on top of it and let them know what's going on.
Since that you told that there is a resistance, like for new people who are ordering online first edibles, do you employ any strategies or marketing tactics that inhibits these resistance, like the order status notifications is for people who have already done business with you? How do you cover new customers, like take away the resistance from them? So someone is finding your brand and they want to order it, but they find themselves questioning if it would be fresh, if it would go stale by the time it reaches them. Do you take any measures to ensure you gain a trust factor with such customers?
Yeah, yeah. So when, obviously when the customer places an order, they receive an order confirmation email, which does detail all the things we kind of try to reinforce throughout their entire customer journey, and that we're baking your product fresh. We're going to ship it Monday through Thursday. It takes 2 to 1 day to ship. We're constantly saying that in all of our communications. So then we also have, when the order is shipped, they get an email and it says in a different way all those similar things. And then we have when it's out for delivery, when it's been delivered. And then through late shipment, we have your order is delayed in transit. um, your order was maybe canceled or voided because something that happened with FedEx. So we try to keep in constant communication with our clients. I think the next step is we want to add an email that kind of, if we're taking more than maybe 2 days to ship their product, we want to have an email that goes out that says, hey, we haven't forgot about you. We're still baking your order. You'll get a confirmation, a shipping confirmation when it does ship, just letting you know that we haven't forgot, because they're just so anxious. It's so funny. So we're just trying to make sure that we stay on top of it and let them know what's going on. We have verified reviews on our website, so they can click through each product and see what other people's experience. I don't delete anything or add anything. Those are all real reviews. And then we also have on every product page, we tell them like we ship orders Monday through Friday. So it's literally the same message they get from the time they're prospecting to the time that they have gotten their delivery. They're getting the kind of the same information all around, and we're hoping that it just kind of sticks and implants into their brain. And then we also have a live chat function on our website that they can, if they're having any issues or any questions about a product, they can just chat with us right away. So yeah, we've been featured in a number of publications, and we have a lot of influencers that will post our content. So, and then we also do a lot of unboxing on our social media, so they can see how does the product arrive, how big is it, how small is it.
That was the next question I was about to ask you. Your PR is great. You've done an amazing job when it comes to PR for Blondery. So, how did you get featured in such big organizations in such a short span? To be honest, you've just started out your business, right? Like
Yeah.
it's been 2 years.
Unfortunately, I can't take any credit for that. That was all organic. So I don't. They usually found me and would email me and say, "Hey, we want to feature you." And I would give them the information, and then they would write about us. Right now, though, this year, starting this July, yeah, it's great. It was all organic PR up until like just recently. We won a scholarship with a PR agency called Nike Communications, and they're going to be working with us this fall.
And what about the influencers who post on behalf of your brand? Are they organic too, or?
Some of them are organic. We did do a few like influencer campaigns for like YouTubers or Instagram personalities, TikTok personalities. But it's never been like we're dedicating X amount of dollars to this influencer campaign. It was just like I like their content. I feel like it resonates. I like what they're talking about. I think we have similar audiences. I think they would enjoy our products. Let's see if they'll take some blondies. That's how most of our campaigns go. And it hasn't, I would say maybe at the most it's been like 80 people, maybe not even that though.
So you let your product talk. Yeah.
We try to focus more on the product and providing like a really yummy experience, rather than a lot of money. I am bootstrapping my business, so I don't have thousands of dollars to invest in marketing. So it's just very scrappy still.
Okay.
Yeah.
And since your business mostly like most of the heavy lifting happens in the post purchase, post checkout, how do you ensure it is a good experience for your customers?
I think again, like communicating throughout the process is going to be the biggest thing, I believe. When I think about me purchasing something from like Bloomingdale's or Macy's, it's about setting that expectation up front for when they will receive their order, when will it ship. So we try to again over communicate in that sense of when their order will ship, how soon will they get it. That is literally everywhere on our website, in our email marketing. It's everywhere.
Great. And since you've been a sous chef before this, and now you're a baker, how does both the fields differ for you? And were you comfortable being a full-time baker professionally?
Um, I wasn't comfortable being a full-time baker
Hmm.
professionally when I was working for someone else.
Okay.
I enjoy being an entrepreneur. I think that it's my life calling, and I enjoy being able to build things from scratch and kind of curate the team that I want to work with. And um,
Hmm.
yeah, I from being two very different worlds, but at the end of the day, I think even in kitchens, there was a lot of
Hmm.
teamwork that had to happen.
Okay.
When I was at Bouchon or French Laundry, there's a lot of teamwork. So those are some of
Hmm.
the values that I've taken into being a
Hmm.
boss, to someone else, or a team leader to, my two.
Awesome. And since a lot of people are customers and our reader base, Late Shipment has a separate reader base for its content. So I'm asking for them, since you're shipping edible goods nationwide, do you use any freezers like industrial freezers or such subscription or such services for your goods?
No, so we are doing everything in house. So we make, store, and ship the product. Yes, we have like
Okay.
three different freezers and we have three freezers,
Okay.
two fridges, but they're not
Okay.
huge. Like I said, we just signed a 10-year lease for our new production space. So
Hmm.
we will be building a walk-in freezer and fridge into that
Okay.
space, I believe, within the next few years. But yeah, we're super scrappy. So we make do with what we have. And I really love going to the auctions here in New York City and finding equipment because you can find some really good stuff for a
Yeah,
price.
auctions are a great way to get stuff you're searching for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And if someone asks you what's the single most important advice, like, or thing you knew before starting a DTC cloud kitchen, what would it be? Like, it's for the people who are starting out and who are aspiring to have business or be entrepreneur like you.
Yeah, I would say definitely get your product in front of your potential customers as soon as possible, whether that be at a
Hmm.
farmer's market or a flea market, or somewhere where they can touch it and feel it first before
Hmm.
trying to ship it. Um, Selling food online comes at a disadvantage because all they can do is really see it. They can't touch
Hmm.
it, they can't smell it until they order it. Caviar, come here. Come here. Sorry, he's barking at a bird or something. Um, yeah, it comes at a disadvantage. So you have to do a lot on the back end to understand what your customer is looking for and
Hmm.
what they're attracted to. So at farmers markets, I used to write down any questions that I got about my products. So whether that is people asking me how much does it cost? Is it gluten free? Is it vegan? Is it dairy free? Is this vegetarian? Does this have any nuts? Questions like that I would
Hmm.
write down and then put tally marks next to how many times people would ask me the question. And based off of that, that's how I did like improve on my marketing or improve on my signage, things of that sort.
You did start out doing pop-up stalls in flea
Yeah,
markets,
while
and
while
yeah.
I was while I was shipping, I always did farmers markets because it's a relatively low cost way to make
Hmm.
some extra money and do some customer discovery.
Okay, and since you're into doing treats for people, and the holiday season is approaching. Do you have any special strategies?
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, we're trying to put in as much automation in place as possible, email or alert wise. So onboarding with late shipment before the holiday season is probably going to be very essential, and keeping our customers updated because UPS and
Yeah.
FedEx are bound to lose. You know, when you're shipping hundreds of thousands of packages, one is bound to go missing. So, again, just making sure our customer knows that we care and that we're on it and we're on top of it. We're tracking the orders because I used to track the orders manually myself, where I would go in to ShipStation and check and see if every order was delivered. And if it wasn't, I would call the customer or email the customer and say, hey, I see that your order is late. So basically just kind of automating that process because I can't do that now. There's no way I would be able to call all my customers and ask them about their orders. So I think late shipment makes a great companion for us this holiday season. And then obviously we've bought a lot of packaging. So a lot of packaging, a lot of social media campaigns and getting emails set up for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, things of that sort. That's what we're working on.
That's awesome, and that's really inspiring. I keep repeating it, but it truly is. Just out of curiosity, I want to understand your business even better. Like, how many people do you work in for Blondery, and how many shipments do you make?
So about how many shipments? And I mean, anywhere in the holiday season, we can be doing maybe like 75,000
Oh wow.
shipments. Especially during these last 2 months of the year. And then we only have two people working for us right now, but we're hiring. we bring in seasonal people to help us with packaging and things of that sort. So at any time there can be maybe 6 or 7 people working in the kitchen.
That's really awesome, and I guess we are at the end of the call. Do you have anything else to add? Any word about late shipment?
I feel like late shipment has been great. I love the affordability of it. And I love that, you know, it's a extension of our customer service team. It truly is. It's a really good extension for us. So we appreciate you guys.
So, how many people handle your customer support?
Just 2. It's myself and
Okay.
a virtual assistant.
Okay.
We don't get
I guess.
many. That's the thing, but that's the thing. When you use products like late shipment, we don't get a lot of emails or like customer service inquiries because we're so thorough with letting people know from the beginning.
True.
I have definitely noticed a decrease in our customer service inquiries since we redid our website and included more information.
Yeah. That's the end of the call in that case, Auzerais.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Be sure to join us alongside over 5,000 leading e-commerce and retail logistics and get inside knowledge delivered to you. Subscribe to our newsletter to know more. Want to know more about lateshipment.com's post-purchase excellence platform? Write to us on sales@lateshipment.com.